do you think a person first needs to believe that that is the truth in order to create a new story? Because, it's so easy to say first, yeah, but because of my upbringing, because of my cultural diversity, because of my parents who are sick, because of whatever.
Yeah. We mentioned I worked with Tony Robbins. That was in my 20s. That was a long time ago. But I headed up all sales and marketing with him. And one of the things that we were interested in is why certain people, for instance, could lose weight and not gain it back versus other people would lose weight, but then gain it back within a year or 6 months or whatever. People would quit smoking, never smoke again. Some of them. Some would quit smoking and then they would go back to smoking. So what was the difference between someone who maintained an improvement and someone who reverted back to a past version of themselves? And the answer wasn't discipline. They were both very, very disciplined. It wasn't just willpower. They both had willpower enough to at least lose it. But ultimately, it was their story, and it was the level of story where we call it your identity, like a super deeply embedded identity of who you are. When somebody who lost weight had not shifted their identity, which is, again, your story, your truth of who you are, they still saw themselves as that person that would overeat, right? And so they're going against that identity every day. I really love to overeat, but today I'm not going to do it. I don't care how much willpower you have, you're not going to overcome that identity long term. And same thing with smoking. I love to smoke. I'm a smoker, but today I'm not going to smoke. You won't overcome that identity. And so shifting the story is how you make change lasting. And yes, it does have to become something that you truly believe in. Now, at first, you might not totally believe in it. And part of what we say in the Breakthrough Code, the first big idea we have is you've got to focus on less. So don't try and conquer the world in a day, but figure out what is something I want that would create a dramatic breakthrough for me in my life, that would really shift me, that would give me more of the life I'm really looking for. But I say, don't try and have 20 of those things. Maybe have 1, 2, or 3. And then you want to start carving that into your mind, into primarily what I call your super conscious mind, which is most people call it the subconscious mind. But you have to carve it in. You've got to see it. You've got to feel it. You got to believe it. Now, the first time you do it, will it feel totally real? Probably not. But over time, it becomes more and more real. And everything's created twice. First inside your mind, and then you create it enough. And from all the work you do with Joe Dispenza, we're not working in our mind in the physical reality world. We're shifting reality first in our mind. Einstein said, your imagination, which is your mind, time in the mind, is more powerful than knowledge, because knowledge is just what's been done, what's been already accomplished, what's been learned. Your imagination doesn't have any limits. And your imagination is the preview of coming attractions, but you do have to have certainty, and you've got to be willing not just to dip your toe. I'm going to try it for a day, see if it's going to work. You've got to go all in. And when you go all in, that's when miracles start happening.